Well, oh boy, I mean, I'm very excited about the fact that it looks like Final Fantasy VII Remake will finally be coming to PC, as an Epic Game Store database has listed both the FF7 Remake as well as Alan Wake Remastered. However, I am sure that there is going to be a little bit of blowback with the potential Epic Game Store exclusivity. Now, the exclusivity has not been officially confirmed, it's just been listed on the Epic Game Store database, so immediately that's the conclusion people were drawing, and it does make sense given the fact that Epic Game Store and Square Enix have already worked together on the Kingdom Hearts titles being exclusive to EGS. And those games have yet to come to Steam, and I don't know if that's going to be a timed exclusivity. Generally speaking, they are timed exclusivity. I mean, World War Z is even coming to Steam with the new version that's about to drop. But at this point, Kingdom Hearts has only been released on EGS. I don't recall when it came out, but it was relatively recently, so a year hasn't been passed up. I don't even know if 6 months has been passed up, but nevertheless, yeah, like, this is super exciting. Final Fantasy VII Remake was my, second favorite game of 2020. I thought the game was tremendous. I'm actually playing through it again on my PS5, the upgraded version, and it's gonna be awesome for a lot of people to experience the game on PC, just because this is a game that unfortunately went the route of timed exclusivity, of Sony paying a ton of money to Square Enix to get that game on their platform first for a year that we thought with the PlayStation 4 release, and then Intergrade got announced, and then that version was set to be exclusive for 6 months. So the earliest that I think this could be released is December, if that trailer was to be believed, where it did list exclusive to PS5 for the first 6 months or whatever. So there you have it there. Doubt it's going to be coming out anytime before then, but man, Square Enix definitely getting a big fat check for that one. I mean, they're not letting a Final Fantasy VII Remake go without a pretty penny. I would say at least high 7 figures, probably 8 figures. Based on the fact that we have seen, the spreadsheet of what Epic Games is paying to these publishers and developers, yeah, I think 8 figures is probably a pretty reasonable estimation. And hey, if Square Enix sees that that's the best business decision for them, I mean, they're making out like bandits with this FF7 Remake. Not only are they segmenting it into multiple games, not only did they release a $20 piece of DLC, that contains 2 episodes, and fair play to them, it's gonna sell really well, and they're gonna make a ton of revenue. Not only did they put the game on the PlayStation 4 as an exclusive, got money from Sony, but now, if they make it an Epic Game Store exclusive, they're getting money from the Epic Game Store as another exclusivity deal. Like, what? Actually talking it and speaking what they did? I mean, power play to Square Enix for milking Final Fantasy VII for all it's worth, and people love FF7. I love the remake, but man, they are making a killing over this that, even with all the Outriders and Quiet Men of the world, man, the FF7 remake is just gonna make them an absurd amount of money, and then they're gonna sell the game on the Epic Game Store. It probably at some point will come to Steam, and they're gonna sell it over there. It's probably gonna be released on Xbox One and Xbox Series. It's gonna sell over there. Kudos to you, Square Enix. I ain't even gonna hate on that one. Because, man, they're stretching out Final Fantasy VII Remake Part 1 for all that it's worth. And there's gonna probably be, 3 or 4 more parts. So can you imagine an exclusivity structure like this for another 3 to 4 games? I mean, Square Enix is just raking in a ton of money, and they don't have to do anything except release the game, and then they can sell the game on all those platforms eventually. It's just going to be segmented out, exclusive releases at a time. But ultimately, from a business standpoint, I can understand why they're doing this if, those figures that I mentioned, 8-figure deals with Sony and Epic Game Store is to be believed, then yeah, they're generating a lot of revenue doing it this way. And then also, with this same database listing, people found Alan Wake Remastered, which makes sense as well. Alan Wake is already available on PC, it's on Steam, really good game, and it's actually aged relatively well. Visually, I think the game still looks pretty decent, and Alan Wake Remastered does make a lot of sense, given that, they are working hand-in-hand with Remedy, with Control. That was a timed exclusive, and I believe they're funding Remedy's next game entirely, so that could be a full-on Epic Game Store exclusive forever on PC, if that's to be believed. I don't know the exact nomenclature there, or rather verbiage that's being used as part of that deal. But yeah, a lot of interesting moving parts here. I think Final Fantasy VII Remake is going to be a game that a lot of people that have something against the Epic Game Store would use the Epic Game Store to play it. I know a lot of you guys just use the Epic Game Store for the freebies, but it does seem like with the mega sale that people were getting Assassin's Creed Odyssey for $5. I mean, that's a pretty darn good deal. And then, the free games, of course, and everything like that. Seems like Epic Game Store is moving into the right side of favor. And I can understand why. I mean, you're getting free games, you're getting crazy deals with this mega sale, and for the developers, I mean, they are just making a killing off these exclusivity deals. And hey, Epic Games has a lot of money at their disposal. So I wouldn't expect this to stop anytime soon, because even though, you know, they're writing 7-figure, potentially 8-figure checks to them, this is probably a drop on the bucket, and they are looking at it from a long-term perspective. But let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below. What are your feelings on this? Would you buy FF7 Remake on the Epic Games Store? Are you using the Epic Games Store pretty regularly? Like, nowadays I see a bunch of people in my comment section saying, yo, cover the mega sale, and I didn't cover the mega sale, my apologies on that. Or they're talking about, yo, we buy games from the Epic Games Store all the time, like, we don't really care anymore. So I do want to see where you guys fall on that line of thinking. So let me know in the comment section down below. As always, guys, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace out.